Here's my review on the Caveman do-it-yourself concrete weights here. I did them. I made, let's see, I made 4 all in all now, I guess. For the price, you can't beat it really. It takes a little bit, and to get the mixture just right, I made it too thick. It needs to be a little thinner, and I put extra, rebar and stuff in mine. I did do something a little different than what I guess most people have done. I haven't seen anybody. I'm sure they're doing it though. After I get done with it, I do the first one, and then I coat it. I got tabletop epoxy. I use a lot of tabletop epoxy on different things, as you can see right there in that buckets. I use it on different wood projects and stuff. It's really, really hard. And so I put a coat of that on there to kind of help fill in all the uneven spots and stuff. And then this one I actually plastic dipped it and then coated it again with epoxy. The plastic dip, just because it was so uneven where I didn't do it thin enough, and I didn't need to do that. I should have just painted it. The next one I just got done epoxying. I painted it instead, but this did good. But anyway, so it's got a layer of epoxy. As soon as I get done with the concrete, as soon as the concrete dried, I put a layer of epoxy on it, and to makes it like that right there. And then I'll do red paint or whatever, and then go over there and color all these in basically, and then do another thicker layer of epoxy on top of that. And so it's 2 layers of epoxy. And I dropped it the other day, and it didn't, or I didn't drop it, I hit it with a 45-pound plate, steel plate right there, and I hit it pretty hard, and it didn't even affect it at all. And that, to me, it don't look bad, It this is the one out here I just got done with. The epoxy's still wet on it, but the only difference with this one is a damn bug in it for one. But I painted this one instead of the plastic dip, which I should have done that anyway. The paint was a whole lot just a better idea, cheaper. The plastic dip is just, it was filled in a little bit better, but I don't really care that much about that part of it. But they don't look bad like that. And they just got to be stronger. If you ever worked with that 2-part epoxy, that tabletop epoxy, that stuff is hard as a rock. So that was my experience with the Caveman weights and how I did it. For the price, y'all, can't beat it. I would definitely suggest getting them. Simple to do. To me, it's a little, I spent almost $50 on this, which is kind of, a little bit high for a plastic mold, but and for a 25-pound especially. But as high as these weights are, you can't really, ain't got much of a choice. I can't go broke buying plates like that. This was the first one I did, and you can see I got it epoxy. I'm gonna probably do this one, and I got another one. I'm gonna probably do them blue, but this one is just, this was the first one. I thought that one was the first one, but no, this was the first one. And you can see it was nowhere near. Oh shit! Sorry, the camera's horrible. I'm a horrible cameraman. But you see, it wasn't nowhere near thin enough, and it didn't. But it's got a rebar, and all of mine have rebar. Some pieces of the thin rebar, the smallest rebar I could get. Basically, it was for electric fence holding up stuff. For tie your electric fence on. I put that in there, and I actually used this right here, and I don't know if it helped at all. This stuff is really, it's for sheetrock, but you can't hardly tear this stuff by hand. And so I put layers of it in there. To me, you can't help but that would make it stronger. And so if ever, I wouldn't mind just dropping a couple of, just to see what dropping one day just to see what it does on concrete, see what it does. I drop it in here, it's gonna go through the damn floor. But yeah, anyway, y'all, long enough video. I definitely do them, even if you don't do the epoxy on them. I just do the concrete weights by themselves. They might get a little powder on your hands when you're grabbing them, handling them, but if you don't care about that, then yeah, definitely do it. All right.